Welcome to Travel Biz Saturday. I am your host, JennDanielle, and in this segment, I share with you behind the scenes of my travel influencer journey, as well as tips for how you can begin to generate income from your travel content. Today's video was actually a request from you guys. Now, I'm not gonna lie, your girl was tired last week and I had a couple of things going on, so I missed last week's Travel Biz Saturday, really because I felt like I wanted to do a sit down and kind of like share with you guys some beginner tips. I had a video loaded up for last week, but I felt like it just wasn't the time. So instead, I put a poll on my YouTube and actually allowed you guys to decide what the next topic would be. So that is what we are talking about. So today we're going to be talking about how to build a portfolio / a media kit from scratch and kind of some of the things that you need to do in the beginning of your journey to begin to plan for generating income. So be sure to hit that like, be sure to hit the subscribe, and let's get into this video. Hey, welcome back. So a part of me felt like I would be telling these stories somewhere, but when I started to like script, so what I typically do before I do these YouTube videos is I kind of like make general ideas of what I want to talk about so that I don't start rambling, because if y'all watch my travel vlogs, you know your girl can talk and go on and on. So I try to stick to the point since I'm trying to teach you guys something here and share what's important. But look, I already figured out where I was going with that point. Oh yeah, but yeah, these stories can be a little cringe. So when I was like writing down what I was going to talk about, like I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to share that. So what we're going to talk about is kind of like how I got started. So for those of you who don't know, I kind of stumbled upon this whole content creation thing. I have always wanted to have my own business and always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Now, it's funny that now that I am a full-time entrepreneur, it's something that I never say because it's so much work and like it's just not what I thought it would be. That's a whole nother video though. Y'all see how I get off topic? Y'all see how it goes? But anyway, what I wanted to start this video with talking about is some of the mistakes I made and telling you guys kind of the outline of how everything got started for me. So I fell into this by accident. I took my very first cruise solo in November of 2021, and I was very new to YouTube. I had done one travel vlog before. It wasn't very good. If you look on my channel, it's still there, but it was to LA. But I'm so happy I did that video because I love going back and looking at the progression. So that's one thing I will tell you. I always go ahead and record because you're going to need to see how you progress, and you're going to be so proud of yourself when you look back. But anyway, I did that first cruise series and I took that cruise solo. And so people really gravitated to the fact that as a woman, I talked about recently getting out of a relationship and beginning to like enjoy life and understand that I can still do things even though I'm single, or, you know, even if I don't have friends that are able to go with me or whatever. So I really didn't expect this to sprout into like a full kind of like business, or for me to be working with brands based on that platform and things like that. So I kind of fell into this, but once I realized that there was something to this, I didn't quit my job to become a content creator. I actually was very stressed at my job, which is why I took the cruise. And then the cruise kind of showed me that freedom, and the like way I felt gave me the courage to decide that I was going to quit my job at the top of the new year. So I took the cruise November for Thanksgiving, and I made the decision like once I got back and I saw that life could be so beautiful and I didn't have to have headaches and feel stressed every day. I was like, you know what? After I get my vacation in for the holidays and after I work out some other little pieces, I'm quitting in January. So I quit when we came back from the New Year holiday. That's the short version of the story. One day I'll tell the whole story somewhere. Now, knowing that it wasn't initially my plan to begin to generate income, what I did was what probably a lot of people done, and probably what some of you have already done. And that is I began to book trips and use the money that I had to get more, I'll say like extravagant pieces of content. So I was doing things that I probably should not have. Now, luckily, it was after the pandemic, so it was affordable, more affordable to cruise back then. But I was taking like cruise after cruise, vacation after vacation, paying for it out of pocket, pretty much just to get the content. So that's why I want to tell you guys some tips for how to get content on a budget and some of the things to not do. So that was probably one of the biggest mistakes I made, was like You know, when I quit my job, I had savings. I actually had like a very unique situation to where it allowed me to have that freedom, but I didn't make the best decisions, and I spent a lot more money than I should have trying to quote unquote build my business. And I justified everything as, oh, this is a business expense. This is for me to build my business, and it's going to do well, and it's going to do this and that. And y'all, I'm still trying to make up for some of those mistakes I made. So that's one of the reasons why I like doing these videos, because I want to talk to you guys about that kind of stuff, because it's real, like it happens. So another thing that I did that was a big mistake was I began by purchasing a lot of equipment. So I would bought a camera, I bought like all these tripods, all these big ring lights, and all of these things that cost a ton of money in order to get the best content. And y'all, I didn't know how to work any of this stuff, so it slowed down my progress of just putting videos up, because I had to like spend all this time watching YouTubes and watching different things to learn how to do things, and that took time. And then I'm like spending my money, so there's more money down the drain. And so it was just like little things like that. So one of the other tips that I want to give you guys for starting out and when you are starting to build your portfolio is stick with the basics. Like, do as little as possible in order, like, keep the, let me see, what's the best way to say this? You want to limit the amount of time it takes you to get started, if that makes sense. And I'll break down exactly what that means. Like, you have a phone, you can get a tripod, and you can get a basic light. I share that tripod and light that I use all the time, and it's the one that I use today, and I do some pretty impressive brand deals now, and those are the essentials. They are like probably maybe $30 tops together, and they are sufficient with my cell phone. So that is what you need to do starting out. Like, don't start investing into all this equipment. Don't make it harder on yourself to get started. Use the basics to get started. Let's talk a little bit about a portfolio / media kit and what it is and what that means. And so basically, this is going to be your resume for content creators. It is essentially what brands are going to see and what you're going to share with them in order to get hired as a influencer or to do what's called UGC content. Now, let's talk a little bit about UGC content, because this is something that I didn't know, and another mistake I made when I first got started was I thought I had to have like 10,000 followers and have like all these massive numbers and all these analytics. And what I should have been doing in the beginning was perfecting my filming style, coming up with something unique and a unique way to tell a story. And so what you're able to do with UGC is, and what that stands for is user generated content, is that is content that does not go on your page. So it doesn't go on like your YouTube or your Instagram. And so your numbers essentially don't matter. It's all about your skill in being like the face of talking about this particular product, or being able to just convey why someone should buy this. And you're essentially creating that video for a brand, selling it to them, and then they put it wherever they want to. So that is a way that you can get started like from day one. If you know how to pick up your phone, if you're comfortable like talking on camera and sharing products, you can start making money from the beginning. And that's something that I wish I would have known, because it took me entirely too long to get started. Now, can having followers get you through the door? Absolutely. What you have as far as your Instagram or your YouTube, you can send that link to brands and they can go and research those videos. But really, the best method is to have kind of a short synopsis. These brands get hundreds and hundreds of pitches from creators every day, and you want to make it as easy as possible for brands to see what you have done. So many times brands will I will give them my social media handle, and they'll go to my page and look at that, and then kind of make the determination on if they want to work with me, or they will look at my profile and then come back and say, well, we'd like to see some more examples of this, and then I can direct them to this portfolio or media kit. Now, the two options you have for portfolios or media kits, or the ones that I'm familiar with, is as far as a media kit, that is going to be like a PDF document. I actually am going to insert mine, but the way that I made it was in Canva. You guys will hear me talk about Canva a lot on this channel because I absolutely love it and use it to design so many different things for my business, as far as YouTube thumbnails, and really any of the inserts you see in the videos. A lot of times I'll even edit reels and TikToks in there. So, I mean, Canva has been absolutely beneficial and an important part of my travel business. But I would use Canva to build this media kit, and I put examples of content that I've created. Now, in this media kit, in the beginning, you may not have worked with brands. These don't have to be things that were officially sent to brands. These could be examples of how you film content, and you can just pretend, and really we manifest them because it's going to happen for you. So go ahead, shoot that content, put it in that media kit so that brands have an example of what you've done. Now, if they ask you, be honest that yes, this wasn't an official collaboration, so never lie about it, but definitely you can go ahead and create that content and get a feel for what it would be like and what you would do if you were given that opportunity. Now, as far as a portfolio, what that is basically going to be is more of kind of a live website where you house links to these particular videos, or you house the videos themselves. You also can use Canva to make your own live website / portfolio. I'll show you guys an example of that. I have not done one for myself, but I will show you exactly what it looks like and insert it so you guys can see. But basically it's going to have your name, some examples of work, and just some other things that brands may want to know in the type of content that you do. So it's going to help to give brands a feel for why they should hire you and give some examples of the type of videos you know how to do. So whether you choose to go the portfolio method or to go the media kit method in the beginning, the ultimate goal is for brands to be able to know your style of content, what you're able to do, and get a feel for why they should hire you. So it's essentially what is going to get you in the door. Like I said, it's very similar to what a resume would be when you're applying for a job. So let's talk about some tips for building your portfolio from the beginning before you get any brand deals and doing it on a budget. Because y'all know your girl loves to save money. Like, I started out spending my money and making mistakes, so everything has to be on a budget at this point. So when it comes to products and recording products, what I recommend you do is find items around your home. Now, if you guys did watch the first video, I talked a little bit about affiliate marketing and how I believe that that is the way to get in the door and begin to start generating income from your content before you have a large following. And it's definitely a great way to practice filming content for brand collaborations. Now, this may be shocking to you guys, but before this year, my biggest videos on this YouTube channel, this travel YouTube channel, were on products. They were on an Amazon haul for clothing and an Amazon haul for travel essentials. So my travel vlogs, I did not have a viral travel vlog before 2024. Like, it's absolutely insane to me. I couldn't understand why it happened like that. But the reason why this works so well is because your audience, you want to think long term, and your audience is always looking to you for recommendations. You want to build community. You don't want to just create content and be like, oh, this is my traveling, this is my amazing life, just watch me. You want to give back to your people, not only just in the sense of entertainment, but you want to provide them tips for how they can do the same thing, or how they can make their lives better, as a result of what you're sharing. So that's why I think these like travel essential hauls work so well. And so if you have a product, like for example, this water cup that I use everywhere, it's actually on TikTok, but I purchased it on Amazon. But you can just do a review of this cup, talk about why you love it. This is like the fake, I probably shouldn't say it, but it's like a Stanley dupe. But because I told y'all I'm cheap, I'm not spending no money on no Stanley cup. So this is a Fanly, but no, the real name is a Miyoki cup. And so it's stainless steel. I actually have some water in here, but it has a straw. So you could just highlight these features and do a video on this cup and why people should purchase it. You want to talk about like how long it holds, keeps your beverages cold or hot, why someone would want it. Do a video on that, and that could be something that lives on your channel as an example review, or lives on in your portfolio or media kit. So yeah, it really is kind of like 2 for 1, because not only can you take that video, include it in your media kit, and use that as a reference point of the example of the type of content you can make, but you also can repost it on your social media platforms or on your YouTube and include that link, and you'll begin to get commission on anyone who clicks that link and makes a purchase. So, it's just a win-win. Now, if you're interested in learning more about affiliate marketing and about how I use travel items to generate income every month, be sure to click the link in the description and join my course. I'm actually including a one-on-one, so you'll get to work with me personally and we can talk through some individual products when you purchase the course. All right, so my next tip for creating your portfolio on a budget is to start where you live. Y'all, when I first started, I thought that I had to pay for all those extravagant vacations and trips and like always be showing the beach and all of these cool things with cruising, which I think it's a good thing to stay kind of within niche and like to have an overall topic if that's your ultimate goal. But also, like, there are going to be times, like, believe it or not, I never thought I would say this, but there are times where I don't feel like traveling. So there are times where I don't even want to go anywhere. I want to, like, go to the grocery store, come back home, and get in my bed. Like, I love my bed. That's why I do videos right here, because I love this bed. So what you want to do is start utilizing places and exciting things in your hometown as well. So when you're starting out, you may not have the money to take a trip, and you may feel like, oh, my life is too boring. So who would want to watch it, and how will I get practice on creating content? And the answer is you are going to start doing things in your hometown. Now, one thing I love to do to find events locally. Now, I'm in Atlanta, which is a pretty popping and pretty active city. There's always something going on here. But if you want to find things on a budget, like I recommend going to Eventbrite. Eventbrite will show you all types of free events that are like outside of the norm that you can actually go in and attend and begin filming content. Like once you post that content, you can tag the brand, and hopefully in the event they like it, they may actually start working with you, but that's not really your ultimate goal. Your goal is to get practice on getting good at doing content, covering events, and adding things to your portfolio. So, you know, it has the potential to spin out into something great. So I've had a number of things that I have done for free that have turned into paid opportunities. So Eventbrite is a great place to go to find different events and unique things in your city. I also recommend following other influencers that have like location-based followings. So like here in Atlanta, we have some pages that are like specific for Atlanta restaurants, Atlanta hotspots, things like that. And so I follow those pages so that I can stay up on some of the grand openings and some of the newer things that are coming to the city, because typically companies are going to invite those pages and those people out to cover. And so if you can catch wind and still be like in some of the first and in the beginning of those newer places, it gives you an opportunity to catch some of that unintended traffic of a new business. The next thing I recommend that you do is utilize apps like Viator and ResortPass. ResortPass is one of my favorite brands. I actually discovered them, and like this method that I'm telling you guys worked for me to start working with them and getting a paid collaboration. So I really like them, found out about them, liked using them, and I created content for free just on my own about my experience. And not only was I able to get their attention through that content and get multiple hundreds of followers and go viral, but also even Marriott saw that content eventually. So I tagged the hotel that this experience was done at, and even Marriott saw this video. So these processes really work, and you never know like what they're going to lead to in the future. So ResortPass is an app that allows you to get access to resorts, pools at hotels and things like that, so that you can access them, like the amenities at the hotels and everything, without having to book overnight stays at hotels. Now, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, like when I first got started, I did book a hotel that was like extravagant just to get content. I know, I'm so embarrassed, y'all. I told y'all I was gonna be cringing telling y'all this, but I've done it before. Like I've definitely stayed at a hotel that was outside of my budget just because it was cool and I thought it would look good on video. I survived it, I guess, but my goodness, I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of money. But I love using ResortPass as another option because you can get access to pools for like, say, $25, $50. So something that's reasonable versus paying $300 and $400 for the hotel. and to get access and everything. Also, I have not covered one of these experiences yet, but through ResortPass, you also can get a day room. So you can actually get access to the room at a particular hotel. So like, let's say you wanted to do a quick getaway for a day and just show, like maybe you wanted to record some YouTubes in that room or something, or I don't know, whatever you want to do while you're at a hotel in your hometown. You're not having to pay for the travel and flights and everything of taking a trip. So it's like you're able to get access to that room for sometimes like $50 a day. So really good deal and really great way to begin to build your portfolio, showing travel content technically, as well as possibly build a relationship with a brand later on. Now, I also mentioned Viator, and Viator is really an app that I use for cruise excursions, but it can be used in any city. And what they do is they host tours that are I think they have over 300,000 experiences that you can take part in. So it's mostly like food tours and different little cool things, but you can look on their website and take a look at some of the options they have in order to really get some cool content. And a lot of times you have food tours there that can be in the $15, $20, $30 range. So it's something that's inexpensive and will really be a good time and allow you to get some content. All right, y'all, so I did ramble and talk a little bit more than I intended to in this video, but that's kind of what I wanted, because I wanted to do a sit down and really kind of share some of my past experiences and give you guys some tips for building your portfolio. So if you guys want to book a one-on-one with me, I will include the link in the description. I would love to sit down and help you actually build your portfolio and talk to you about your specific needs and ideas. Of course, I'm going to link all the experiences that I talked about and websites I talked about in this video below, as well as the link to my course for affiliate marketing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you on the next Travel Biz Saturday, and that's going to be it for this round. See you next time. Bye.